Hey everyone, Jace from Alphatone Audio back again today with the video a long time coming. We've got some new Squareplugs that I've been waiting for a long time. Before I talk about the new ones, let's do a little bit of a recap of the old lineup and see where the gap was. Originally, we had the SP400 and the SP500 right angle pancake plugs, tip sleeve, just mono. This is for the small cable and this is for the medium-sized cable. And then we got the TRS version of that, which is the SP550-S. For the straight side of things, we had the SPS4 and the SPS5. This is for your small cable. This is for your medium cable. Again, straight, stubby, tip sleeve. These are great for pedal board switchers, loop switchers, that kind of thing. I really like these ones. But obviously we had this gap here where we didn't have a TRS stubby 1/4 inch version that was straight. So for a long time, I use these. These are the G&H plugs. These are the Bestronix or BTPA.com part MC-3641, and these are fine. It's certainly a quality plug, and I built tons of cables with these, both just standard TRS cables and insert cables. Couple problems though, they are a little expensive if you need a bunch of them for sure, and they're a little heavy, but most of all, they can be very difficult to assemble just because you just don't have a lot of leeway or a bunch of wiggle room inside this plug. And I've actually had a few customers would actually buy a bunch of parts and they just write me, they said, look, I've watched your video on the assembly for this many times. I'm really struggling. Can you help me out? So as far as all the parts I sold on the website or continue to sell, this is the one that is the most problematic for the customers to work with. Fortunately, this is the gap that Squareplug filled, and now they gave us not one but two plug options. We now have the SPS6 and we have the SPS7, both stubby, straight TRS 1/4 inch plugs. So let's dig into these a little bit now. So the question is, why did we get two plugs and not just one plug? Answer is pretty straightforward. Sometimes you just need one cable coming out of the plug, and sometimes you need two cables coming out of the plug. For example, if you just want a standard TRS to TRS cable, for, say for example TRS MIDI, then just having one cable inside the plug is fine. But if you're doing any kind of stereo or insert applications, you usually end up putting two cables into that plug. And that's where some of the older options just got a little bit cumbersome to build because you end up having to put twice as much cable into a plug that it may have originally been designed for. So in this particular case, when we look at these, they are a little bit bigger. This is just an SPS5 plug here. You can see they're just a little bit bigger in diameter. And I'm going to put all the specs for these up at the end of the video, so don't worry about that. They are a little bit wider. They are the same width though. And you can tell the difference is when you start to look at the end here, the SPS6, this is the one that's meant for just a standard cable, just like a standard balanced cable application. And this is the one that's actually designed for a stereo or insert application. You can tell the hole here for where the cable goes in, it's quite a bit bigger here than on the SPS6. And you also get this plastic insert, which is oval shaped, which is the perfect size for two individual strands of cable to come out. Now on the inside, they are identical on the termination end. On the SPS6, you have the body, you have the terminator, or the insulator, and then of course you have your tip, ring, and sleeve connections on there. And again, SPS6 and SPS7, this part of the plug is identical, but this is the larger plastic insert that you get on the inside of the SPS7. So it's great to have both these plugs in the lineup after all this time. I'm going to say that this is going to be my #1 choice for the stubby straight TRS plugs from now on. They look to be very easy to assemble, and I'm going to be doing assembly videos on these very soon so you can see exactly how I'm going to put them together. I hope this video has been helpful so far. And again, I've got specs coming up right now, and I hope this video has been helpful for you. And if it has, please feel free to like and subscribe. Until then, I'll see you next time.